Mr Speaker, my point of this is I'm nothing special, and when I left school all I wanted was a job. I didn't go to university or a private school, but I left Tasmania for adventure and a better road ahead. Many of my friends left behind had limited options, and now many of them no longer live in Tasmania because they needed work and opportunity. We need to make sure this doesn't happen to this generation and the next. We need to ensure we don't squash their opportunities, and we need to ensure we provide an environment that allows thinking, initiative and success to be encouraged and indeed flourish. When I returned to Tasmania, I didn't return because the government states it celebrates business or continues to push an unsubstantiated mythical claim of job creation. I returned because this is my home. And because of that, I base my business here. My concern, though, is that whilst Tasmania is the greatest place to live, it is not the greatest place to do business. Small business owners in Tasmania are chasing a dream similar to mine. I wish to thank the Leader of the Opposition, Will Hodgman, for giving me the opportunity to develop the small business portfolio to help the 120,000 employees working in the 40,000 Tasmanian small businesses. Businesses start for a variety of reasons. I want to let the people in this House know, though, that just because someone has a business, this doesn't mean they're rich, loaded or evil. There are many small businesses which are supported by the partner or owner working a second job. There are many businesses out there which are facing closure. There are many business owners out there that have put their homes up for security for their dream and are on the verge of losing everything they have. Some will pay a huge price for chasing their dream. Some, unfortunately, will bear the consequences of a business failure and tragically think the only option is to take their own lives. It can happen, unfortunately, and whilst of course I wish it didn't, some see it as the only way out. Mr Speaker, in saying that, however, one of the greatest traits Tasmanians have is resilience, and many have stumbled or fallen at their first attempt in business, or even in anything they do, for a matter of fact. But they have persevered and are now some of the most successful business people Tasmania celebrates. But business is about balance, and employers need employees, and employees need employers. Many businesses regard their employees as assets and treat them accordingly, as they should. It's a shame, though, that some want to return to the days of an us against them mentality, and as long as the collective group win, it doesn't matter if the business goes bankrupt in the process. Absolutely, workers need protection, rights at work, minimum standards, a safe working environment and a voice. But business also needs the freedom to operate in changing markets and economies. It's about getting on with it so everyone prospers, but also about rewarding effort. The perception amongst some is that all business owners are rich. Obviously, some business owners do well and are quite comfortable, but there are a lot who don't. I believe that the Liberal Party has understood small business, their employees and the need for a suitable balance. I'm afraid, though, that there will be some in this House who are ideologically opposed to the concept of free enterprise and hate the fact that someone is, dare I say it, successful, or heaven forbid wants to be successful. Just because someone wants to be successful does not mean they are bad or should be punished. Success should be not be something to be ashamed of or embarrassed about. In any area, it should be embraced, celebrated and welcomed. Mr Speaker, I was fortunate enough to realise the dream many Tasmanians have of starting a small business. My business started on the back of selling pretty much everything I owned, including the family furniture, and putting all I had towards it. I then spent the next 2 years working away for over 12 hours a day, missing my children's birthdays and Christmas to make my business work. After a few years, I was fortunate enough to have built my small business to a level that allowed me and my family to return to Tasmania. I did, though, continue to work away for the following 3 years after moving here. Now, I don't mention this for recognition. I mention this because there are many out there who have done the same. However, they have not grown their business, have not been paid, and in some cases lost their homes in spite of their best efforts they've put in. But some of these will return or have returned, and with their experience have made their dream of owning a viable business a reality and employed people and contributed to the economy in many ways. Mr Speaker, we need to look after those less fortunate and the ones that need assistance. However, we can't have these extremely vital social programs or good social security arrangements for those disadvantaged in the community unless we have a healthy economy. And a healthy economy cannot exist unless governments free up business conditions to allow drivers of our economy, mainly small business, freedom to operate without stupid, vexatious and onerous regulations that governments love to impose on those who dare to do better for themselves and in return add a great benefit to Tasmania. I also feel that it's the government's job to set the conditions to allow business to flourish. Not necessarily a handout, but by allowing business owners to get on with what they know best. And that isn't filling in lengthy forms or being so bogged down by red tape or by the process they give up. Mr Speaker, we need to ensure Tasmania is open for business. Mr Speaker, I entered politics for a variety of reasons, one of which was to annoy my father. However, I'm pleased to announce that this reason was really just an added benefit. However, I must admit, as my father is a traditional Labor devotee, it is quite funny to see him up there today, proud, but still really annoyed that I am not standing for the opposite party. Now, Mum, she wishes I was over there with that lot. But in all seriousness, I've been asked by many why I would want to enter politics, and to answer those questions, I want to set out why I ran as a candidate and what I want to try and achieve whilst I'm here.